Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to Owego, New York. We're in the heart of downtown, historic Owego. You've got the locally famous Owego bookstore there, and this is Lake Street. So if you go down Lake Street, there's even more historical stuff to look at, and the historic Owego Courthouse is also just around the corner down there. Sorry, no cool aerial shots for you guys today. The weather is not cooperating. So that being said, maybe I'll throw some existing aerial photography of Owego up on the screen for you as an introduction. You know what? Let's do that right now. All right, welcome back, everybody. So as far as infrastructure in the area goes, you've got a small cell for Verizon down Lake Street on the rooftop of one of the buildings. AT&T and T-Mobile are probably on a hilltop macro far behind us. So in terms of closest infrastructure, Verizon's going to win that argument. But we'll start with AT&T. I haven't speed tested in downtown Owego in quite a while, so we'll give it a go. I mean, look at the architecture around here, man. That building is beautiful. And you got a river restaurant. I forget the name of it. There's a restaurant here with great views of the river. So there you go, AT&T, 144 down, 78 millisecond unloaded. The loaded ping times are kind of high. Jitter at 6. The unloaded for AT&T is actually better than most AT&T spots in this area. Let's do another server. We'll try Armstrong cable. And yeah, so T-Mobile has always been good here in Owego since they deployed N41. Verizon recently has ultra wideband deployed, although it'll be interesting to see if we get it in this spot because of the small cell down the street. So higher ping that time, 102 unloaded. Loaded ping time, again, a little high. Jitter at 17, a little high. Loaded ping on the up is just meh. And we're getting 14 point something on the upload here. And then real quick, there you go. Real quick here, we'll go run the Stenson app. Where did it go? The coverage map app, it's up there. I'm a little blind today. Also not feeling great today. Yeah, we'll give the new Stenson for Android CoverageMap.com app a test. 88 millisecond ping, so right in line with Ookla. I bet you did, Siri. And it looks like it's going to be a little faster than Ookla. So that's interesting. 132 on the down. And approaching 20 on the up. Can we get there? Probably not. Nope, 18.1. So the other cool thing about the Ookla test, or the Ookla app, or the one cool thing about the CoverageMap.com test is you can run multiple tests at the same time and set a lot of limits and parameters on it. Definitely check it out. It's the CoverageMap.com test. It's now in the Android store, so go check it out. Give me 1 minute. We'll switch over to recording on the Pixel 9 Pro XL and doing the speed testing on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Today's video is brought to you by CircledIn. CircledIn.com makes it super easy to get the benefits and savings that come along with a postpaid or prepaid wireless account without having to set one up yourself. Let's take just a second to see how easy it is to use CircledIn.com and save a ton of money on your wireless. Starting out on the CircledIn.com homepage, I would start by clicking All Circles. Once the page loads, you can sort by postpaid or prepaid providers like Verizon, T-Mobile, Google Fi, Simple Mobile, and Metro. If you see a plan that piques your interest or you feel fits you best, you can click Join Circle. read through more details about the plan, and if you decide to go for it, you can click Reserve. Circled In also now supports streaming services like Netflix, Disney, Hulu, HBO Max, and more. CircledIn.com. Check them out today. Thank you again for supporting the channel. All right, welcome back. We've got the Ookla speed test fired up and ready to go. Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband keeps wafting in and out, probably because of the small cell that I mentioned earlier. And yeah, ultra wideband coverage in Owego is fairly new. I feel like it's been a month or two, maybe longer. And clearly the backhaul has not been addressed at this site yet, because we're topping out under 200, 171 down. 49 millisecond unloaded is very good for Verizon. Loaded ping time is terrible though. I wonder why it's so high. Jitter at 3 milliseconds, 30.9 on the up. Let's switch over to the coveragemap.com test. And yeah, that was my home Wi-Fi. New York City, just like we did on the other one, just to keep it consistent. So here we go, 45 millisecond unloaded, very good for Verizon, at least in this area. A little bit slower on the coveragemap.com test this time, but in the neighborhood, 152 on the down. And we're going to get 25 and change, 26 and a little change on the upload. No loaded ping data on the coveragemap.com test. Hopefully that's coming in the future. And yeah, give me one moment. I'll switch over to T-Mobile. And just to show you guys that we're asking about it, I did, like I mentioned in a previous video, I did download a shortcut that allows you to switch carriers on a dime. So I'll tap it right now, and there we go. We just switched over to T-Mobile, and it switched over to ultra capacity. Give me just a minute to clear out the other apps, and we'll be right back. All right, T-Mobile, they are rolling. Unloaded ping is probably going to fail to load, apparently. Oh, nope, there it goes. 64 millisecond unloaded ping and pulling well over a gigabit on the download. Just incredible. Loaded ping times are very good. 383. Jitter at 2, which is perfect. And we're getting close to 50 for the upload. So very, very good on T-Mobile. Give me 1 second. Let's switch over to the coveragemap.com app. And we'll change to New York City. And we'll give it a run. Let me know down in the comments section who your carrier of choice is. Who is your preference? Personally, I find myself switching often between T-Mobile and Verizon on my eSIM. They both provide really reliable coverage in my area. And when I travel, I find Verizon to be the most consistent out of the two, at least here in the Northeast, in terms of raw coverage. In terms of speed, T-Mobile probably takes that crown, I would say. Let's do, you know what, just for fun, I haven't done it in a while, let's do the NPerf test here. I won't bore you with the full test, but I will bore you with a regular speed test. And speed test, and let's hit go. And let's see how NPerf does compared to Ookla and Coverage Map. Yeah, looks like so far it's pretty much in line with Ookla. We're getting over 1200 on the down, which is just stunning. Never, if you asked me 10 years ago if I'd be pulling gigabit speeds on a cell network, I'd be skeptical. And there we go, a little bit more than, a little over 50. 54. And strangely enough, this test does the latency at the end for some reason. Got 67 millisecond ping with a 74 average. And there you go. Well, yeah, there's all the providers here in beautiful, rainy, cold, downtown Owego, New York on the last day of January 2025. And if you guys want to support the channel, links are always right down there in the video description. If you can't do that, though, the number one thing you can do to help out is give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And yeah, man, beautiful downtown Owego. We'll see you guys in the next video.